time just stands still. We just stand still. This glorious moment can't just end till we sing out loud. We sing out to you our love. And time just stands still. We just stand still. This glorious moment can't just end till we sing out loud. We sing out to you our love. Sing
Happy Saturday, Evensong. I am so glad that you're here with us. I need this so much this week, and I hope that you do too. I'm so grateful for the incredible music that we get to receive and lean into every single week. And so I just really glad it's Saturday. If this is your first time here, I hope you know that you have a place at this table, and we are a loving and inclusive place, and we are thrilled that you're here, and we are better because you are. We hope that you'll come over to the chat and say hello to us. If you are with us every single week, I'm so happy you're here too. You play such an important role here. But come let us know that you're here in the chat. Say hi, come chat with us, or shoot me an email if you're not into chatting. So, couple things that are happening here at St. Andrews. So the first one is that Thanksgiving's coming. And I know that it's going to look a little different this year. And that doesn't mean that we don't have a lot of Thanksgiving opportunities to care for our community. And I'll have more information about several of those in the next couple weeks. But this week, I want to let you know that our goal is to provide 200 pairs of long johns to our friends that are living on the street. And so you can go shop our Amazon wish list or go shop at your local store and drop that off. If you shop Amazon, it'll ship directly to me and I'll get it down there on Thanksgiving Day. If your preference is to shop at a store, that's amazing. You can drop it off on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Sunday from 9 to 1. And we're still collecting food for local organizations and schools as well. So if you want to scoop up some food and some long johns and drop those off, your donation is an incredible gift. And I'm not joking when I tell you that we have donated hundreds of thousands of pounds of food and other items. It is incredible. We have resourced 7 cars full of donations for the communities that were hit by fire, and we have more going up. And so thank you for showing up for the community. Thank you for showing up for each other. This is what we do. This is how we love well. But I'll have more information of other options coming very soon too. The question tonight is just to check in. How's your heart? What's your body doing? What do you need from us? And I have been working really hard to kind of listen to what my heart is telling me, because what I realize is that I may know what's going on in here, but I don't always reflect it. I think sometimes I just carry it, but my body hoards it. So when I'm in stress, my body is a giant knot. And so I went in, I was getting some dry needling done this week, and my doctor was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I mean, what's not going on? But she said, "Your body is this giant knot. Like, I don't understand how you're functioning, because your body is carrying everything." And I was like, "Well, I don't feel terrible." And she's like, "Well, you might be in touch with your heart and your soul, but you may not be in touch with your body. And so even though you feel fine, your body is screaming," which I thought was really helpful. So I'm still trying to be better about listening to what I need and listen to what my body's telling me and grounding myself. And that's through meditation and journaling and all sorts of things, creating. And maybe that's what you're, maybe that's what you need too. And so tell us what you need. Tell us how you feel, what's going on in your body, what's going on in your heart. We are here for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. We're going to talk about God's boundless love. We're going to talk about how we stay in touch with our emotions and what our emotions are trying to tell us. And so I'm going to read a quick poem out of Good Morning, Good Night. I really love this. Every day I get to wake up and start with a little poem. So the back one's really fun. It says, now that you can read backwards, "Good night, eyes shut, hearts open, minds calm, empathy on full blast. Let's go." That's not the one I want to share, but I'd never noticed that before. So the one I actually want to share with you says this. "Good morning, take care of each other, take care of yourself, repeat. Good night, take care of each other, take care of yourself, repeat. You are loved." I love the simplicity of that, because I think like in real life it's a lot harder, but I'm spending a lot of time trying to figure out what my emotions are telling me, or what if it's something bigger, right? Because I think sometimes we can feel stressed or frustrated and we think it's related to one thing, and then we realize that it's so much bigger than that. And identifying what that bigger thing is really tricky sometimes. And I listened to this amazing second grade teacher this week say, we're going to talk about zones, right? So you have your color zones. You have blue and green and red and yellow. And red means you're angry. Yellow, in my mind, is happy. And in their minds, it was frustrated. Blue was calm and green was happy. And so the kids use those to identify how they're feeling, and then reflect on what they're doing, or what's causing them to feel that way. And this little boy who a couple weeks ago was just in tears because he couldn't figure out how to get his camera on. He couldn't figure out how to what page they were on, and like my heart was breaking, and he didn't want to ask for help at home. And so this week I listened to him say, my heart is green today. And he's just never green. And he said, I figured out why this is so hard for me. And this teacher said, well, tell me why it's hard. Tell me, there's probably several things, but tell me. And he said, it's hard because people make me feel safe, and people make me feel joy, and I can understand things better when someone's standing in front of me and looking at me. But with a screen, it feels like I'm just watching TV, and I just don't get it. I don't get what show I'm watching. And so my stomach hurts, and I couldn't figure out why my stomach hurt. And my mom and my doctor thought it was milk, but it turns out it's not milk. It turns out I just need people. I thought that was really beautiful. And I thought that what was even more beautiful is that he was thoughtful about this. He had figured out, using these colors, how he felt. he had figured out that people make him happy, and in order to not feel the red or the yellow or the blue, he just needs people. And I think that if we can reflect on the things in our lives, maybe not with colors, I do lots of colors, as you all know, but if we can really get in touch with what we're feeling and what we're thinking, then maybe we can learn what's next. And when we do that, we can love ourselves better and we can love other people better, because I think right now, every single person I know, kids and adults, are feeling everything. It's like a ball of chaos and emotion and disappointment and joy and fear and sadness and loneliness. And if we stop and we listen and we honor the thing that we're feeling, and we feel it and we feel what we need to feel, then when the next thing comes, we can honor that too. And so it's okay. And this is hard for me. So if it's hard for you, I get it. And if it's easy for you, come teach us. But I think that if we can understand that we can be optimistic and still realistic about how we feel, then we're more in touch with our emotions, and we're able to learn better what's in our hearts. And when we figure out that, then we can love ourselves better and we can love other people better. And so what that means is that, for me at least, this is my example. When I feel awful, like my head hurts, or things feel really out of control with learning and everything else, I know in my heart that I love this time. I know in my heart that I love that I am with my kids more than I would be if they were in school. I can still say that I'm sad that they aren't in person, and I'm sad that they're not with their friends, and I can name the stress in that, right? Like I can then learn what each emotion in this is telling me and honor those, instead of just telling everyone it's great. Because when we just act like everything's great, then we don't invite other people to share. And if I know anything about Jesus, and I'm not saying I do, but I want to, I hope I do, is that Jesus always invited people to the table as their whole selves. And that means we can show up as a hot mess. That means we can show up disappointed and sad and scared, and Jesus would sit with us and love us no matter what. And even though right now, when the world feels upside down, there's hope in that, right? And so we can feel disappointed, and I think that there's lots of disappointment for lots of different reasons right now. And if we can identify why we feel disappointed, or why we feel heartbreak, or why we feel angry, then the next emotion that shows up is hopefully joy, or is hope, and it calls us into action. And the action for me, and maybe the action for you, is that we show up with love every single time, even when we're disappointed, even when we're mad. And when we honor our feelings well, we show up well for other people, and God shows up for us over and over and over again. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad, but we can't stay stuck there. I shared the story this week in the Evensong email of the woman that said, my emotions are my students and I am the teacher, and I have to give them space to come and talk and share, but then they have to sit down and give someone else a turn. And she talks about joy being a teacher's pet, and I love that, because I think joy is a teacher's pet in my life, right? Because it's easier to hide the sadness, so that we don't make other people uncomfortable, so that we don't make other people think, oh, there's like a lot going on right there, right? You are never too much. You are never too much. God would, God does love every single part of you, every part of who you are and your heart. And Jesus would invite you to that table, hot mess and all, and pour you some tea and serve you some cookies. But you have to figure out how to care for yourself as you're learning those emotions. And so what are the things that you do to care for you? And the answer this week that I've heard so much from so many of you is, I don't have time, Jen. Like, I don't have time to care for myself. And also, I get it. But if we don't put our oxygen mask on first, then we can't be there for other people, and we can't love other people well. So you have to love yourself well. It's the first priority. right? And God loves you endlessly, and there's nothing ever, ever, ever that you can do to make God love you less. So let's figure out how to do that really well for other people with no expectation of return, no limitations. It's just freely given. Put your oxygen mask on. Figure out this week what the thing you're going to do for you is, and honor your emotions. When you're in despair, when you're sad, when you're angry, show up, take a deep breath, and lean in. I posted a reflection, and I want to invite you all to join me over the next week to answer the following questions every day, and you don't have to, but I would love for you to do it. It is, what are you feeling? What's going on in your body and in your heart? Where have you seen God in the last 24 hours? And what do you need? And if you are welcome to share that with me or with somebody else that is really important to you and really special to you, so that they know what you need that day. And that's really hard to ask for what we need, but I challenge you this week to do that. Be reflective. Learn from what you're feeling. Center your body and your heart and take deep breaths, even if it's 4 minutes of just breathing and quiet and reflection, so that you can learn what's going on inside and know that God is always with you and God always loves you. I'm going to read this poem one more time. Good morning. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Repeat. Good night. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Repeat. You are endlessly loved, friends. Endlessly, endlessly. By me, by God, by this community. You are important and you matter. And we love you so much. Stay well. Stay hopeful.
I could just sit and wait for all your goodness, hope to feel your presence, and I could just stay, right where I am and hope to feel something again. For all my life, I will be yours, oh, I will be yours for all my life.